Hello, Mahaban. Welcome to a new lesson with me. So I wanted to know, do you know where the Middle East is? My question is, do you know where the Middle East is? So it's kind of hard to say because it's not really a super direct location. It's more fluid. So it's most Americans or just people of the world don't always maybe know where this region lies in the world. So today I'm going to show you where the Middle East is, and I have some maps to show you so you can see visually on a map instead of just saying it because you might not know where these places lie in the world. So I'll first show you, we'll start with Africa because yes, the Middle East also does reside in Africa, believe it or not. There are different regions in Africa, and the Middle East doesn't reside in all of Africa, but is some of Africa. So here is Africa, right here. And there's different parts, like I said, in Africa. There's like the Middle Eastern portion, there's the Sub-Saharan, and then there's like this tip area, like this is South Africa at the very tip. Um, so the Middle East is actually not in the sub-Saharan. Sub-Saharan is more in the middle. So like places like Nigeria, Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia, those places are more. This region's more called sub-Saharan. It's also very, very hot there, since it's near the equator. That's one of the reasons why. But the Middle East is actually the top portion, the upper portion of Africa. So you might have heard some countries such as Algeria, Tunisia, oh sorry, that's Libya, sorry, Libya, um, Egypt, and Morocco is over here. This is Western Sahara. Um, oh, Tunisia is right here. I said Tunisia earlier. So that's kind of the general idea of the Middle East in Africa. So it's not like a huge portion, but it's definitely part of the continent. So there's Africa, as you know. So now you know that the Middle East does also is also in Africa. There's also some parts of it, and the language. It's kind of interesting because the languages in Africa, obviously, they have their own native languages, but so the location of Algeria. Algeria, I'll show you again. Algeria is right, and Morocco is right near the Mediterranean Sea, and it's right near Europe. So it's right near like Spain. So here's Algeria, and Morocco in the green. And then Spain is here, Europe, right, is all over here, and Mediterranean Sea is here. So the language of like Algeria, actually, a lot of it is French, since they're near France, um, and they do speak Arabic, but there are different dialects in Arabic. So they have their own dialect, just like Egypt. There's Egyptian Arabic in Egypt. There's different like dialects. So because it's a different country, so what I am teaching you for Arabic is called MSA, and that's basically stands for Modern Standard Arabic. So that means that that kind of Arabic is understood throughout pretty much all the Arab world, which is a good thing since you don't have to worry about being misunderstood. But just so you know that there are other dialects, like there are different types of Arabic depending on the country. Okay, so pretty interesting things. That's Africa. Now let's keep going east. Yeah, east. And if we keep going east, I just have a little bit of a map. It connects. I just cut it off. So we have Europe, but Europe obviously is not part of the Middle East, but it is kind of near Europe. So Turkey is actually kind of still part of Europe. It's not really considered Middle East. But we know that Saudi Arabia, which is right near Africa, it's like near Egypt, is considered the Middle East. And if you know anything about Saudi Arabia, it's actually referred to in the past as just Arabia because Saudi is just the reigning of kings of the family that like rule over the country. So Saudi is just like the name for the kings who um who are the rulers, but it originally was Arabia, but now it's Saudi Arabia. We know it as Saudi Arabia today. And then we have the Gulf states, which are Yemen, Oman. Yeah, those two locations. And then we have Syria, Damascus, Aleppo. Those are common places that we know of in the news today. And we have the Jordan and Jerusalem, which is also nearby. And then next door to Syria is Iraq, which you also know, since that's like a lot of the news and wars and different things, Iraq. And then we get more kind of near Asia. And the next country after Iraq is Iran. And I have part of Iran here in the brown, and then part of it on the next page, the next continuation of the map. But Iran is still considered part of the Middle East, but they're not Arabs. They're Iranian, they're Persian. And Iran was used to be known as Persia, but now modern day it's Iran. So it is still part of the Middle East. It's just there are certain tribes, I guess you could, tribal people, and they're Arabs of the Arab world, but Iran is not considered Arab people. They're Persians. So just don't confuse that if you're thinking of if they're Arabs, they're not. And also their language is not Arabic. Even though they're a Muslim, very like conservative Muslim country, um, their language is actually Farsi or Persian. So it's looks similar to Arabic, but it's not Arabic. So also something to keep in mind that is very different than the other Arab countries that we talked about. So after Iran is Afghanistan, and that is here. If I'm mistaken, right here, where my finger is pointing. Afghanistan is also tricky because it's like, is it part of the Middle East? Is it part of Asia? Because technically, as you can see from my map, Asia is like here, and it's pretty close. Like it's on the verge of being Asia. So just to answer your question, if you were thinking about that, Afghanistan is kind of similar to Iran because they share similar languages and cultures. So Dari or Pashto, that's like similar to the language I was saying of Persian. But also Afghans, Afghanistan is not considered part of the Middle East. They're actually more considered Asian, but their culture is considered like similar, very similar to the Middle East. So it's kind of funny how that works in the location of things and just the people. Next door to Afghanistan is Pakistan, and I'll show you if you don't know what that is. So Afghanistan actually is landlocked. There's like only countries in between, so they have no like sea right nearby because they're landlocked. So Afghanistan's here, and next door is Pakistan, and then India. Also, Pakistan and India, those are Asian countries, if you didn't know. Pakistan was formed because of an uprising of like violence against Muslims. So, because there's Indians who were in India who were living as Hindus, but there's also, which is the main religion of India. But there's also Muslims that was growing, and there was a lot of persecution against the Muslims. So this man named Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he created basically a new state which was called Pakistan, and it's actually I think it was actually the like PAKS or something. The abbreviation of Pakistan is supposed to be like claimed for something. It's supposed to be like meant for something. I don't remember what it's meant like to be, the PAKS, but I know it's called Pakistan. And this man, he kind of formed it. So basically, Muslims were free to go reside here. The only thing is, it kind of did split up India. So India was this whole place, this big place. And now that Pakistan took precedence with the Muslims there, they kind of severed India on the left and then also the right. So Bangladesh is on the uh, eastern side of India, and that kind of used to be more Pakistan, but now it's like modern day Bangladesh and like part of near Calcutta, and so it's its own location too. But so it's just interesting of that geographical history. So, anyways, that's the Middle East. So we have pretty much starting from the tip of Africa, those countries like Libya and um, Algeria and Morocco, Tunisia, those places, Egypt, and then Saudi Arabia. We have Iraq, we have Syria, Jerusalem, Jordan, and then Iran, and we talked about Iran and Afghanistan and all those. There's like 7 countries, so we have Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, those kind of. Stan just means land, so it's just forming something of the land. Okay, so that's today's lesson about the Middle East. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you learned something new from it, of these regions of the world. And now you hopefully know a little bit better of where the Middle East resides. Okay, take care. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.